Are Jill and Chris much more than just friends? Is what many fans call the Valenfield couple real? And what has Capcom said about a supposed relationship between them? Well, since we are in February, month of love and friendship, let's celebrate it by taking a little bit about the clues and official data that make us suppose that between these characters there's a much deeper union than just a friendship. So today, let's get a little tender and let's start! Jun Takeuchi, producer and one of the leaders of Capcom Dev 1, the main development team for the series, commented that we as players should be able to assume that Jill and Chris are in love. Takeuchi makes it clear that, although Capcom has a kind of rule that prevents writers from giving characters romantic relationships as such, if one were to run into Chris and Jill in real life, it would be easy to assume that they are more than just co-workers, and that there are most likely feelings between them. Charlie Kraslavsky, actor who played the original Chris Redfield, said in an interview for the CrimsonHead.com media that the direct indication of Shinji Mikami, father of Resident Evil, during the shooting of the scenes for the first game, were that Chris and Jill had a romantic relationship, which is another proof that at least the original idea was that the Valenfield couple was real and canon. Nicole Tompkins, a voice actress who has voiced Jill Valentine in Resident Evil 3 remake and the Dead Island movie, stated in an interview that she could only imagine Jill wanting to kiss Chris, which is interesting because as a voice actress, she has access to writers' ideas to script and the character's background. So she must know Jill's personality and feelings, at least as far as her relationship with other characters in the series is concerned. In Biohazard 5, Kaitai Shinsho, a special guide for V5 written by Benny Matsuyama, indicates that Jill was basically Chris' lover. In addition, it's shown that Chris was suffering from Jill's apparent death, stemming from the events of Lost in Nightmares, and it can be read that he never gave up hope of finding her alive to repair a missing piece of his heart, which sounds perfect and totally romantic, doesn't it? Eiichiro Hasumi, director of Resident Evil Dead Island, stated in the press conference to promote the film that both characters, Chris and Jill, had a very close relationship, implying that there is more than friendship between them. In fact, this is obvious throughout the film, especially in the shooting romance scene and towards the end of the film. Resident Evil Revelation notes indicate that neither Parker nor Jessica believe that Chris and Jill are really just partners. In several parts of the game, we can see Jessica flirting with Chris. However, she ends up receiving nothing but indifference from Redfield. At one point, Jessica even complains that Chris doesn't take hints, to which Parker replies that his feelings may already belong to someone else, obviously referring to Jill Valentine. Koshi Nakanishi, director of Re7 and most likely Re9, went so far as to state to Inside Games Japan that they know the fans want to make the Valenfield couple official, but he couldn't say much about it in that moment, again leaving the possibility of the Capcom making the expected love affair between Chris and Jill official up in the air. Another fact about this couple is that the Resident Evil net site even published for the Valentine's Day an image of both characters fighting against the Malacoda with a curious phrase that said, "The couple that shoots bullets together stay together, happy St. Jill's Valentine's Day and share a moment as Chris and Jill." So you can see here, zero doubt, Capcom is laughing in our face, making obvious but not canon this couple. In Re5, both in the game and the guide we mentioned, we can see Wesker refer to Jill as Chris' beloved. That's very interesting because it clearly shows that Albert knew about the affection between them, and that could be a weak point of Chris by which he could defeat him. So it's not really surprising that Wesker tries to turn them against each other in events of Re5. For the release of Re6, some flyers were distributed with information about the characters, and the important thing here is that, in the case of Chris, we could explicitly read that he had married Jill after the events of Re5, And that note, Valentine was no longer a field agent, but he had been promoted as an advisor of bioorganic weapons at the BSAA headquarters in New York. As we saw later in Death Island, this is not considered canon. However, it's yet another clue to Capcom's real intention to make the Valenfield couple official. What do you think about these hints and insinuations from Capcom, people? Are you believers of the Valenfield couple or not? For now, we'll keep waiting for a totally official and open confirmation about this relationship, which, being honest, might never come. But regardless of that, what we can't deny is the enduring friendship, affection and admiration between both characters. Well, people, that's all for today. Happy day, week or months of love and friendship. I wish you good vibes, get lots of love with your favorite people, and of course, lots of gaming. Don't leave without subscribing the channel, leave your comments and shoot the likes. Remember, I see you soon in the next video here on the Beat Island.